Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Warhammer 40k Let's Play. So this was potentially going to be the last episode, however, due to some stuff that went down, I had to change plans a little bit, and we are going to have to delay the start of the Warhammer 1.0 series slightly. And so I figure we'll do a couple more episodes of this. This, I think, is going to be episode 77. So maybe we'll shoot to end this at episode 80 or something. A nice round number. It may happen before then, but I just need to give myself a little bit more time to set some stuff up. So I figure there's no point in artificially ending this if I don't have something immediately ready to replace it. So that gives us a little bit more time to prepare defenses and whatnot. I also would like to finish the temple. Unfortunately, this statue that we bought is really, really poor quality. And let's see. Yeah, mine is 20 beauty, so there's really no reason to even use it. And also, it doesn't fit in there because it technically takes up that entire, like, we can put it in here. Oh, there's our force weapons, but we can put it in there, but I don't really want it in there, and I can't rotate it. I can't put it anywhere else, so I might just not use it at all, and we'll have to find a different solution for in here. But I wanted some Shrine to the Emperor in there because it is supposed to be our temple. So we'll see what we can come up with. I believe the statues were here at the fabricator. So let's see. Honored Imperial statue is what we made. Oh, did we make that one or did we buy it? I think we made it actually. So let's see. Skull rug, 10th rug. I mean, make one of those, I guess, but I don't think we can necessarily worship that. Alright. And it looks like our perimeter defenses are getting set up here. Okay, we do have another research project queued up. What is Buffy's deal exactly? Where is she? There she is. What's your problem here? Slept on the ground. Why would you do that? There's plenty of open beds. Here. Buffy, there you are. You got your own bedroom now. And where are we at with wood? We could probably give you some furniture too. Yeah. Let's do that actually. That side got them already. Oh, they have them there too. What was I thinking? Probably this furniture. Well, first of all, let's copy. Oh, I can't copy that. I can. I just clicked the wrong thing. There we go. So I built them in these corners here. Those are marble. That might be an issue, but we'll see. Wait, do they not have doors? Did their doors just disappear? That's really odd. Apparently they never got doors, or they despawned or something, but I'm fairly certain they had doors before. Weird. Very weird. So anyways, I'm working on my own sort of Space Marine Blood Raven mod, I guess is what I would call it. What are you making right now? Oh, you're making the statue, okay. So I'm making a very detailed Blood Raven mod for the next playthrough because I want to be able to do a lot of different stuff. I've talked about it in several videos, so I don't want to go too much in depth here, but I have a lot of plans, and I need a mod that can kind of cater to all those things, and so the best thing for me to do is just make it myself. And so that's what I'm doing. I've already finished a couple of armors, and I'd like to make a few more. I also need to make some weapons, but that's fairly easy because the weapons only ever have one perspective. So it's not like making an armor where you have to reflect, you know, every angle when a pawn turns. The weapon is always face on regardless, so they're actually fairly quick to do. And what else? I also think I'm going to make my own simplified version of the augment system from this mod. I like how it works, but I don't like how prohibitively difficult it is to do everything with it. It looks like we got some more pemmican here. They shouldn't all require gene seed in order to craft. They shouldn't require some godlike pawn to actually make them. And I think having all the different resources that came with this mod is a bit too much as well. So what I'll probably do is just add in like ceramite or something as its own standalone resource. Not the type of ceramite here where you have to get it and then refine it and then turn it into all these other things. We'll just have ceramite because I don't really know what in vanilla RimWorld would reflect that. I don't think plasteel is a very good analog necessarily. Oh, did you just eat pemmican? I saw you, Skinner. I think he grabbed it from here. I must have forgotten to forbid that. There we go. By the way, there is a mod for 1.0 that lets you tell pawns not to eat certain things. Okay, good. So Buffy has been treated. She had a permanent scratch scar on her leg, and so we went in and got rid of that for her to get rid of the pain she was suffering. Anyway, so what I'd like to do is make all of these things that I'm adding craftable through vanilla RimWorld resources. So no Imperial components, just regular components. What else? I don't think power cores are really necessary or anything like that. Not making Imperial med kits. If we want to, you know, craft any sort of augment, we can just have the same recipes as, like, you know, bionics. So steel, plasteel components, stuff like that. Although maybe not plasteel because I don't know how lore friendly that is, but we'll see. Point is, I want to make a more simplified version and still remain true to the lore rather than just, you know, oh, all of a sudden they're space marines and superhuman. The actual surgical process, I think, is really important, especially because wait, why are Larry and Tigris over here? Oh, because we went on a little raid and everybody's beds are messed up now. So Zima and Bragg are there, Remy and Zarena are here. Tigris, I think, was over here somewhere. Huh. Yeah, Tigris, this is going to be your bed. That was supposed to be for the Marines. Where are you? There you are. The only problem with that is at least one of the Marines is in a relationship. Not Gorilla, although he has a lot of friends. Yeah, Daniel and Ren are together. And so they have to... Okay, they do have their own bedroom. That's an awfully small bedroom. And Larry... Just friends, okay. Right, well... Larry and Gorilla can sleep over here. Everybody else will have their own bedroom in this area. I guess I could move Daniel and Ren over. No, I can't, because I gave them small beds. Whoops. Okay, well, that is that. So, I don't know if any of you saw the video where I was talking about my plans, but I am going to be using characters from the lore, at least to start out with. So, what we'll be doing is sort of trying to reflect the original Dawn of War's Dark Crusade campaign. So we'll be on a planet that we'll call Cronus, but it may or may not reflect Cronus that well. I believe in that campaign the Space Marines started in a snowy area. I don't know if we'll do that. I don't particularly care because if everybody's in power armor, they're not really going to mind the temperature one way or the other. But heating a base and stuff is always kind of a pain, but at least it adds some challenge where there otherwise would be none. So that's something to consider. But we'll be starting with 7 characters. I realize that that's kind of a lot, but I want to be able to get a pretty quick start. I don't want to spend a lot of time in that playthrough building up, just being able to survive for a very long time before we can actually do anything. I want to have a quick base thrown up almost immediately, and then be able to start raiding very, very soon into that playthrough. And so the characters, that we're going to be seeing are Captain Davian Thule, who is going to be our leader. I probably will use the colony leadership mod so that I can actually designate him as a leader, and he'll be able to do a couple things for the colony through that. We'll also have a chaplain. The chaplain's name is like Michaelis or something in that campaign. He doesn't have a face or anything. We never see his face. It's just he's the guy there. And supposedly he dies in that campaign, so he's not even the same person in Dawn of War 2. But he'll be our chaplain, and I guess we'll give him like high social skill or something to sort of reflect that, so that he can talk people down if they're going to have a mental break or something, which we shouldn't see with Space Marines, because again, if I use this mod, or if I make my own augments, I would do something similar to what they did, which is, this Rite of Pure Thought. Oh, apparently he's drinking some alcohol. That really, really removes any chance of a mental break, and also gives them, like, what is it, like a flat 35 bonus. They're probably never going to have a mental break, because they're Space Marines after all. They know no fear. They've been psychologically conditioned to deal with the horrors of war, so they're pretty mentally resilient. But anyways, he'll have high social skill, and obviously they'll all have high combat skill. Let's see, what else? So we'll have an apothecary, of course. The apothecary's name is Gordian in that campaign, and I think he'll have high intellectual and medicinal skill, as well as maybe some crafting. But for the most part, obviously all of them combat skills. And he's going to be the one responsible for making the various gene augmetic implants and all that stuff. I don't think we'll be doing any research. I may just cheat us to have 100% research finished, so that we don't have to have somebody committed to that, because that's not very Warhammer 40k. Sitting at a table doing research. Everything that is known has already been well discovered, and in fact regressed since the Emperor's heyday. So I don't think we'll be doing any research. What else? Or who else, I guess I should say. That's the first three. We're not going to start with a librarian, but I am going to do what I did in this playthrough, where I'll have the Star Wars mod. Sorry, I'm trying to see what people are doing here. It's pretty quiet. I'm going to speed things up just a little bit. So I will have the Star Wars mod set up, so we can basically use force powers as an analog for psychic powers. And if we find some great, I'm hoping that we will. In this playthrough, I did the same thing, and we didn't come across one until a couple episodes ago. So if that happens, I may cheat, and I guess some random pawn that we manage to get, I might give them force sensitivity or something, because I'd like to see at least one, especially since I've already set up armor and stuff for them. But we'll see. I'd rather do it legitimately, but I do want it to happen at some point. So if it gets to be, what are we dealing with here? Oh, an eclipse. Okay. If it gets to be well into the playthrough and we still haven't seen one, I may take things into my own hands, but I'd rather not have to do that. What else? Or who else? No librarians. We're going to be seeing the Tech Marine Martellus from Dawn of War 2. I don't know that there is a Tech Marine in the original Dawn of War, or at least Dark Crusade. So he's the only Tech Marine from the Blood Ravens we really ever see, and therefore I figured, why not him? He's also got a pretty distinctive look, which I think is cool. And the Tech Marine will be the one responsible for most of the building and crafting early on, although some people will have to help with the building just to move things along. So I think what I'll do is, for our Marines, They're obviously not going to have a 0 because a superhuman super soldier would be able to build at least as well as a regular human, but obviously it's not something that they're particularly well practiced in. So I'd maybe give every Marine like a 5 in construction, with the exception of the Tech Marine, who would be obviously far more proficient, and they would have no passion for it, where he would have, 1 or 2 at least. Well, I guess 2 is the most, but anyway, Tech Marine, they'll be doing most of the building, most of the crafting. We'll also have the 3 main sergeants from Dawn of War 2, or at least the ones that are old enough to have been in the Cronus campaign. So that would be Tarkus, who I believe was actually canonically in that campaign, Avidus as well, who is also canonically in that campaign. Of course, he ends up being the traitor. Oh, wow. That is an incredibly rare thing that just happened right there. A Thrumbo just tamed itself. Should I slaughter it? I don't really need a Thrumbo. I don't want to feed one. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to slaughter it. Why not? So Tarkus and Avidus, because they were both canonically there, and this is before Avidus became, a traitor, so he would have still been loyal at this point. And then lastly, Cyrus, who I don't think canonically was there, but he's old enough to have been. At that point, he likely would have been, I think he was in the Death Watch at that point. And then, of course, he comes back from the Death Watch. He joins the Karava campaign, I think is what it's called, the one from Soulstorm. And obviously that is a complete disaster. He loses his eye in that campaign, I believe. And a lot of Blood Ravens die thanks to Captain Baldy's incompetence. So he'll be there. Okay, cool. We made our statue. Where is it? Who's got it? Remy's got it. Let's see. Where can I install this? What does it look like? I guess that'll work. I'll put one here, and then I'm going to have him make another one of these, and we'll put that next to it. We'll pretend that's our shrine, since that's really the best I can do. Or, I guess what I could do is we could make a random statue. You know what? I didn't bother to see what he was making those out of. And that could be a problem. He made it out of adamantium? Where did we get adamantium? And why would he... Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's make sure this one's not made out of adamantium. Or is it... Do we not have an option? We do. Clear all. I'd like you to make it out of limestone. I didn't know we had adamantium, let alone enough of it for a statue. So that concerns me a little bit, that he may have wasted it. Or he may have used something else and it just says it's an adamantium statue. I don't know. Let's actually install it off to the side. We'll put it there. And I did make a... Where is it? Mending workbench? No. I swear I made one. Do we not have a... There it is. Sculptor's table. I would like a grand sculpture, and we'll pretend this is some, effigy to the emperor or something. And I want only limestone. And somebody 10 or better, assuming we have somebody 10 or better. At least I hope so. I maybe should have done 8, because I know we have somebody of at least 8. So anyways, those are the 7 characters that we will be bringing. I had thought about maybe bringing the main protagonist from... Oh, sorry, Remy. I didn't mean to leave you drafted. I had thought about bringing the main protagonist from Dawn of War 2 as well. Canonically, he was not there. He just kind of shows up out of nowhere in terms of lore. Oh, wow, that's really bad. No, get rid of that. Ren, can you deal with this real quick? Man, who's making these awful... Well, the problem is... They didn't implement this very well. because the Imperial statues that we're seeing, they require crafting skill. But crafting skill doesn't necessarily correlate to artistic value. And so, where is it? Like, whoever's crafting those probably has really high crafting skill, but no artistic skill, and so they come out terrible. So I think doing the vanilla stuff is going to work better here, and we'll just pretend like it's a statue that would be relevant. But yeah, I considered bringing him. Canonically, I don't think he was there. He just kind of appears in the lore. He is like a sergeant, I believe, even though he looks very young to be a sergeant. I guess he was, you know, very promising or something. But they never even bother specifying like what type of sergeant he is. And I think the reason he ends up getting promoted was more a like subversion attempt by the chapter master, because of course the chapter master was also a heretic and a traitor, Kyrus or whatever his name is. And so I think he was actually trying to subvert the efforts of the Blood Ravens 4th Company and everybody else who was there on Calderis, etc., through Dawn of War 2. So he thought, you know, oh, I'll send this like inexperienced kid in there, I'll make him a commander, and, you know, things will go wrong for them, but it'll look like, you know, I was still trying to do something about it. But it turns out that the guy, you know, through, you know, your control, is actually pretty competent and ends up being, you know, the hero that gets the job done. Although I don't know what exactly canonically his ultimate outcome is, because there's a couple different endings that you can see in Chaos Rising, and depending on which ending you get and which is the canonical one, oh, we're losing more hay, there are different things that can happen to him. So either he becomes the 4th Company captain, because of course Davian Thule is almost killed by a Tyrannid in that Dawn of War 2 campaign, the first one, and then comes back as a dreadnought. But he can't be the captain if he's a dreadnought that's sleeping most of the time. So because, you know, Aramis, the protagonist, that's his name in the book, so that's what I call him, but obviously you could name him anything you wanted. He takes over command during that campaign, and following that, he is made captain by Gabriel Angelos. Oh, we got a fight. Apparently they slide each other. I need to queue up some building projects or something, because everybody's just sitting around. There's really not a whole lot to build. I could throw down some furniture, I guess. Do we have... You know what? I think we have enough for some pool tables. Let's do that. We'll get some Space Marine billiards going on here. Poker... Oh, right in front of me. Let's see. I'll build one there. Can't build it there. Why not? Do I not have the resources anymore? No, I definitely do. So what's the hang up? Is it because of that? Yeah, I think the chunks are in the way. We'll start with those two anyways. And then in here, what do we want? How about some... No, we already have plenty of those. We got plenty of training stuff, so I'm not sure what we want in here. We'll think about it. We'll get them some billiards tables. Give them a little bit more to do, blow off steam. But I think I need like actual, like extensive wall construction or floor construction, because they're just sitting around. And that's generally not a good thing. We could also go raiding. Yeah, if we're going to be playing for a couple more episodes, I think it's worth doing that. There's our grand sculpture. Hopefully it's not crap. Normal, so 240. That's fine. So let's throw it down in here. Let's one off to the side. We'll make a few of them. I don't see any reason not to. So make me at least one more, and then we'll make a large sculpture and a small sculpture, and I'll see. I think both the large and the small sculpture occupy 1x1 space. The large sculpture is just a little bit bigger. So we'll do that as well. It's funny that my Space Marine is the artist here. Oh, that's the one I already did. And we'll see which one we like better for like the centerpiece, I guess. Oh, I should probably do that as well. Okay. There we go. So let's look at potential raiding sites. We have another Haradni 13th base here. A lot of people wanted me to end the campaign with a giant Chaos Marine raid. Like Chaos Marines attacking us. And so that might be a good place to attack, because they will almost certainly counterattack like we saw with the Haradni 13th's other base. So maybe for now we'll attack this one. They should counterattack, and then next time we'll do this one. They'll counterattack, and that can be the last episode, assuming they send a large force at us, which if the last one was any indication, they will. So it's 1 a.m. right now. Let's wait until morning and we'll send them out. Let me check the time. Uh-oh. Oh boy. I'm pretty sure the Black Rage is just the equivalent of like a temper tantrum. So he's going to just start punching stuff. Well, actually he's not punching it. He did equip his lightning claws. But it's the equivalent of a tantrum in RimWorld, where they just start hitting inanimate objects. I haven't seen them go after other pawns. So, yeah. Right, let me check the time. And we're at 27 minutes, so I don't think it's worth going ahead and setting up the mission right now. What I'll do is I'll stop recording here and play until morning, send them out, and then I guess we can pick up from there, because it shouldn't take them very long to arrive. So even if we start the episode with them leaving, that should all easily fit into the episode. I don't think that'll be a problem. So let's go ahead and call it here. And again, let me know what you guys think about our idea moving forward. I don't know if you've had a chance to check out the new textures I made. There's 2 videos. So one of them was crap, what was it called? It was like a preview video. Disregard that one. In fact, I've unlisted it because I had to completely scrap that, and I mean all the drama that happened I don't want to get into. But there's another video that's update, and it was posted later. That one shows off the work I did completely separate from the other mod that we had talked about, and that's what we're going to be using moving forward. So I don't know, maybe in the next video or something I'll post a couple, you know, over the top so you guys can just see them or something like that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.